How y'all doing today? I'm glad that all two of y'all is in here. We got some people in the bushes. They too scared to come out. I'm so glad to see you, Mr. Fair Use, and you too, CC. I hope everybody is doing well today. I'm gonna put my love, and hopefully he will be up soon. Turn off the music, honey. Let me see. How's everybody's day today? Hope everybody had a great. Hey, K Smooth. Hey, Miss Coco. Tell your brother, come on. I'm here. um, yeah, I'm glad to see you. I hadn't seen you in I think was it last week I saw you, and meal tickets chat. I'm glad you came by and visit with me. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long tonight because really this live wasn't scheduled, but I went ahead and did it due to the fact of Mr. Toughlove schedule. So I want to make sure I was accommodating to him. Let me see. Yes, gonna greet you guys with a smile. Hope y'all doing okay. I had a very busy day today. How are you guys doing? Glad to see you guys. Glad to see you. Hope everybody is doing well. Waiting on Mr. Tough Love to come through. I hope everybody's having a good day today. It is definitely hot in Texas, guys. It is hot. So it was 107 today. So, honey, I am really tired. Okay, it was hot today. Where are you at, Miss Coco? Because I know in Texas, honey, it was extremely hot, honey. So I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. Damn, yeah, it sure was. Honey, we are in Texas, so it's always a lot, really hot here. Yesterday was a pretty good day. Hey Dubs, how are you, sweetie? Yesterday was a pretty good day because it was still cloudy, so it was overcast. And so it wasn't as hot, but it started getting hot later on. Oh, you're in Virginia? Okay. Yeah, text. Thank you, Miss Coco. I appreciate it. Cause I definitely was in a rush. I did a few errands today. Then I went to the gym, and so I had to hurry up, come back home, get myself prepared for tonight. So I'm glad you guys came through at the last minute. Like I said, this wasn't even planned, but I wanted to make sure that because I think Tough Love is a very interesting guy. He's also came from a background where he could have went the other direction, but he made up in his mind that he was going to change his life, and that is incredible. And that's also Miss Coco BX brother. So they all, like I said, they have a powerful story. I don't know if you guys were here to see Miss Coco's live when I interviewed her. She was dynamic. I mean, just to see hey, Captain Wolf, just to see. Oh, now we're gonna be nice, Captain Wolf. I'm not gonna troll. Thank you. Don't troll. Oh, it's Nick. Yeah, of course. Did I put it in the? I think I put it in the chat. Let's see. Thank you, CC. I appreciate it. Okay, I put it in the chat. Miss Coco, you can come up. I appreciate it. Oh, there he is, Mr. Tough Love. Hey,
Hey,
Tough Love. I think
hey.
I thought Miss Coco wanted to come up. I guess she
What?
decided.
Tell her to stay in the crowd. What she doing? Tell my sister to stay in the crowd. What she doing?
Now I'm finna go back under my shell. I'm finna so you can turn your camera off if you would like to. I'm finna go in my shell again.
I don't need you to hide. What are you hiding for?
Um, every now and then I'll come out, but then I go back in. Hey, I don't like being on
That
camera too much.
that's what we is that we doing? I mean, if that's what we doing, then that's what we doing. Let me know.
Yeah, just you can turn it off if you want to, sweetie. Oh, there Miss Coco. Let's
She
see.
done pull. Oh Lord, this girl done pulled up. Oh Lord, they
Salute,
let
beautiful,
anybody in the club. They let anybody in the club. I'm going.
salute,
I'm going.
beautiful.
I'm going. I'm going.
Now, salute, tough love, watermelon head,
Watermelon head, honey. He sure
watermelon
is.
head. Hey guys,
Uh-huh.
stay up here long because this is about you guys. But I do want to take this split second to let everyone know that's in the building that may not be aware. But yes, Tough Love is one of my big brothers, my blood big brothers. I'm going to
Mhm.
take this second also to address Captain Wolf. Captain Wolf, I'm going to take this time to give you your 15 minutes of fame, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to do that. I've seen you in numerous chats stating the same thing about my big brother, but you can't state not one reason why you have this disdain for my big brother. But I do, however, remember you being in a lot of other chats and being a bandwagoner. See, the difference between you and my brother is my brother was a born leader and he's been a born leader. He's never been a follower. So if you had a legit issue with my brother, I could respect you as a man. But since you don't, and I know that you're not a professional troll, you're an unprofessional troll, and you don't get paid to do this, that's the reason why I'm addressing you. Because I've seen you in numerous times, and every single time you state the same thing. But if you were, to be a man, in case one time in your life and wanted to actually have a man-to-man conversation with Tough Love, I'm more than sure that he would definitely have that conversation with you. Because see, I can respect any man that has a man-to-man conversation with my big brother and doesn't agree. They can agree to disagree. That's always cool. But like I said, homeboy, you ain't shaking nothing, making nothing move, homeboy, because other than you trolling, never heard of you. But guess what? I'm going back in the chat and enjoy the rest of the show. Peace, Selena, sis, love you, and peace, big brother. And I'll be in the chat.
Thank you, Miss
Peace
Coco.
out. Peace out. She crazy. She crazy. She
Yeah,
crazy.
Miss Coco's protective, which is understandable.
No
But
doubt.
Captain
No doubt.
Wolf, I'm pretty sure he doesn't mean any harm by it. He's just, giving stating an opinion, but opinions are not always the truth, right?
No
So,
doubt. I ain't
um,
even see it, so I wasn't going to even address it. So it is what it is. So you know what I mean.
yes, tough love. I'm so glad that you came today. I know you're going out of town and doing some things, so I'm glad to kind of fit this in with you. Um, First of all, I would like to ask you, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, who is Tough Love? That's what I want to know.
It's a
Who is
good
Tough Love?
question. Good question. I appreciate you asking. First of all, I appreciate you being patient with me. I know we had a lot of hit and miss in reference to the emails and phone calls, so I
Mhm.
appreciate you being patient with me or whatever. And salute to the Texas native. I didn't know you was in Texas or whatever. So salute to that.
Yes.
Yeah. So I am a veteran of the United States Armed Forces, 20-year veteran. Uh, and Army warrant officer, 20 years, retired. Working on my master's degree right here. I mean, I don't know if you can see behind me, but I mean, I got
Mhm.
a couple accomplishments. I've done a couple things or whatever. But
Mhm.
right now I'm working on finishing my autobiography, going to school, and I'm also doing some mentorship and also some volunteering on the side. On top
Mhm.
of being a father of 4 daughters, so it's
Wow.
I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm out here in these streets. I'm busy.
You busy. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how you grew up because Miss Coco told me uh
You talk too much. The girl talk too much. God damn.
yeah,
The
she
fuck.
do, but listen, it's all in love. But she was telling me y'all kind of had a tough upbringing. So can you
Mm,
kind of tell me on your end, on your side, how you grew up and some of the things that you saw that kind of shaped who you are today?
no doubt. it's hard to be like, so where do I start? You know, my sister has a phenomenal story along with my other siblings. And
Mhm.
then at some point in time, it kind of gears off to like our individual story, but collectively, um, I mean, it's just impactful. And I'm trying to do my best as a big brother to bring all of our stories together. But individually, I am I'm from Bronx, New York. I've seen a lot of stuff, like all types of uh, homelessness, violence, abuse, drugs, gangs, shelters, just a lot. And it's almost like I almost feel like, well, should I tell my story like this? Because I feel like everybody has their story that shapes and molds them and to make them become who they are or whatever case be. But I've seen so much that not too much shocks me. Like my
Right.
sister addressing somebody in the comments, like to me that's like beneath me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because obviously they didn't take the time to be like, well, let me really find out who this person is or whatever case may be. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I never really have problems with real people. You know,
Right.
I might have a misunderstanding, but I don't have problems because when you sit back and you listen to it, a lot of it's just common sense or whatever. So when you say, who is Tough Love? Tough Love is an Army veteran. Tough Love is a father. Tough Love is a big brother. Tough Love is a role model. Tough Love is a leader, a provider, a protector. Tough Love is a genuine person.
Hmm.
And Tough Love is going to give you the truth. You understand what
Right.
I'm saying? And sometimes the truth may hurt, but it's not intended to scar you or break you. It's intended to mold you, so that way you can move forward. So that way you have the best arsenal. I think a lot of times when we move forward, we don't have the best arsenal. We got a gun, but it ain't the right bullets. We got a
Exactly.
bow and arrow, but it ain't sharp enough. So I just think that Tough Love helps to identify what weapons we need to move forward in order to become the best us. So I think
Mhm.
that my story has helped and shaped and molded me to become the best me.
Right. Did you ever go through
Nope,
any?
nope, I didn't. Nope, nope.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
Go ahead, go
No,
ahead, go
did you ever go through some type of like physical abuse in some of maybe the foster homes that you were in? Because I know Miss Coco kind of been through some things and you kind of taught her to fight and stuff like this.
ahead.
Did you ever go through anything like that?
So, I've been through juvenile detention centers, foster homes, group homes. So I never was I don't recall like molestation or any type of violation like that.
Hmm.
Um, but I do recall just um I think it was just like the never settling, never getting comfortable, never like I never been in a place where it's like, well, unpack because I used to get those knocks at the door. And this for anybody that's ever been in a foster home, they understand what those knocks at the door mean. If you had a door. And what happened is I'll go to, let's say, Tuesday night, they'll take me to a foster home or whatever case to be, right? And then
Hmm.
Thursday night, pack your stuff. So I got so
Wow.
used to like moving around that I wouldn't unpack. You know what I'm saying? And that
Mhm.
that actually affected me in relationships. It's like, well, why don't you why don't you unpack your bags and yada yada yada. So it those things are traumatizing. Also creates like a PTSD type feel or whatever case may be.
Right.
So I would say the lack of being settled, the lack of being in a place where I felt like, hey, this is home. Even in my home, it's like, hey, keep a bag packed just in case X, Y, and Z. And it's
Right.
like, my girlfriend or my significant other at the time would be like, what the fuck, like, what are you talking about? But
Uh-huh.
that took me some time and some counseling to kind of get through the the feeling of saying, this is home. You know what I mean? So I try to
Yeah.
do my best to make sure that, my daughters, when we're all together, like, hey, this is home. Like you don't have to feel like this is a temporary situation. So I think the most significant thing that's happened to me is the lack of feeling like I'm in my own home, in my own space. and I have to be on guard. I think that that took some use to get into. Yeah, definitely.
And you know, as children, we adapt. Children adapt really
Mhm.
well
Yeah.
with circumstances, especially when they are used to being unstable.
Hmm.
I know as a child, I kind of experienced going from different homes and stuff like that, and I got I guess I got used to it to the point to where I adapted when things would change in my life.
Hmm.
Maybe somebody else that didn't have that experience, it's hard for them to adapt to change. Where with me, it's kind of like, well, it's to be expected. So is that kind of what you basically adapted your mind as a foster child that, you know, I might not be here, so let me always prepare myself mentally for it?
I think that well, to answer your question in short, yes. But I think it also prepared me for be prepared for anything, whether it's a fight, whether it's deployment, whether it's moving to another home. It's like be prepared for anything. So it's like it's almost like you're sleeping with one eye open. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're prepared for whatever. So it's like, okay, let me put a weapon under my pillow. Let
Mhm.
me, sleep a certain type of way. So it's a lot of being a warrior, being a soldier, what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that salute, salute. Like it's a lot. I hear a lot of people on social media. It's always like salute, salute. And I was one of those guys. When you get salute for real, I think it's a different vibe. Like before I went into the military, I used to wear fatigues or army pants. When I got into the military, like I always
Mhm.
used to look at people who wear fatigues outside of the military like differently. And I think that that's the way I was when I got into the military. I felt like I was already militant before I got into the military. So for me, the military wasn't this is the way we need to be because I was already that way. So I think to be honest, growing up the way I did, it prepared me to be successful in the military.
Okay, okay. So when did you decide that you're going to the military? Did you ever decide that, hey, I'm going to go to college or I'm going to go to what did you at what age did you decide you wanted to go to the military?
So true story. And I've told this story before. Um I So straight up, I wanna, and I don't even remember her name, but salute to the girl that helped me. Okay, so
Okay.
I was in class, and this female that I wanted to talk to, she's like, "I'm gonna go take the ASVAB." I was like, "Oh shit, I don't know what the ASVAB is, but whatever you going, I'm going too." I'm pulling
Okay.
up. I'll meet you after class. So,
Okay.
and plus, if you take the ASVAB, you get out of class early. I said, shit, I go take this. I don't have to pass, especially when they say you ain't got to pass it. I said, shit, I'm about to
Uh-huh.
any, many, money, moon. This stuff like Pound
Right.
Town hashtag, right? So, I went to take the test, and I did fairly well on it, whatever case may be. Um, so I ended up talking
Mhm.
to the Marines, the Air Force, and all of the branches or whatever case me. And there was this one Army recruiter, and he was so um I don't want to say nonchalant, but he was so like, here, take it or leave it. Like it was like,
Mhm.
but everybody else was so like it's
Wow.
hey, salute to my Marines, my Navy people, my Coast Guard, my Air
Yes,
Force, all that great stuff.
salute.
But the Army guy
Uh-huh.
was so like, hey, look, this is what it is. Like this is what it is. And I'm like, okay. I said, I tell you what. I said I graduate in July.
Mhm.
And and this was the date that I graduate. No, actually, hold on. We graduated the end of June, but he said you could leave in July. I said, listen, I'll see you in July. And he told me the date that we're gonna go to MEPS. That's when you go and do your in process in the league. And he said, this is the date that you're leaving. So I joined the military July 16th. And he
Mhm.
said, I'll be at your house at 7 o'clock in the morning. He said, this is what you need to pack. And true enough, like I took the ASVAB test maybe 3 or 4 or 5 months prior, And I say, listen, I don't want you to talk to me, bro. I don't want you to try to convince me. I don't want you to high five me in the hallway. None of that shit. I said, my mind's already made up. I'm gonna do it. Just don't try to over convince me. So we literally used to like walk right past each other.
Right.
Like he didn't say anything to me. Da, da, da. And on that date, sure enough, I went outside my foster home. I sat on the stoop and he pulled up. And it's been a wrap ever since. But I gotta salute him and respect him for that. It's like, because I think some people oversell the military, and I think for a lot of people, like myself, it's kind of like, oh, bro, like stop being so pushy. You know what I'm saying? Because if the military is anything like you, I don't want no parts of it. You see what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
I really appreciate him being lenient and being confident enough in his abilities to say, hey, I can trust this guy's word that he's going to be what he says he's going to be at. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so you said that you went to counseling. So when you went to counseling, how many years did you go to counseling? And when did you finally just realize that you needed counseling? Because some people, I don't believe they don't think counseling is important, especially when they've been through a lot of trauma. Especially some African Americans, they just don't want to do counseling. So when was it for you where you decided, hey, I need to get some help, I want to improve my life? Can you explain that?
Um, I think the military does a great job at doing assessments. We call it counselings. Those counselings are anything from day to day to weekly to annually to quarterly. Do a great job in the military at assessing people's behavior, um,
Hmm.
the needs for improvement, the things that you're doing well. They do a good job at patting you on the back and also giving you a direction and needs of improvement. So I think that's a great way to better yourself. Um, it wasn't, hey, y'all need to send me to counseling type shit. It wasn't nothing like that. It was a leader in the military watching my behavior and saying, hey, listen, I noticed that you shy away from this, or I noticed that you're strong in this area, but you're not as strong as this area. I noticed that you're a great communicator, but you're not a great listener. I noticed that you have great leadership potential, but you don't like to be in a crowd. So it's like, okay, well, let's take the things that you're not good at and let's find out
Hmm.
why you're not good at those things or you shy away from those things. Let's
Right.
counsel you on those things. So I had the great fortune of having leaders that cared enough about me, that seen the potential in me, that said, you are a natural born leader. Um,
Right.
but there are some things that you need to learn and fine tune in order for you to be successful. And I think that because I had those leaders in place, I was able to. It wasn't easy at first because nobody wants. We don't want to listen. We don't want to listen, right? We don't want to
Yeah.
listen to people.
Yeah.
Especially people that don't look like us, that don't sound like us, that
Exactly.
don't act like us. If you ain't got no, you ain't no celebrity and you ain't no da 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 da, we ain't gonna listen to you. And I think that what happens is that you come to a point in your life where you say, okay, what do you want out of life? Do you want to be
Hmm.
successful? And what is success to you? Everybody's level of success and happiness is different. And I
Yep.
said, listen, I'm coming from a foster home. I want to put myself in a position where I can help my siblings out. And that's what I did. I said, okay, if I need to do this in order to get this result, then I'm willing to do it. And I think that made me more understanding. It made me more patient, and it made me more assertive to be able to
Yeah.
go and do the things that I were able to do in my 20-year career.
I want to know what gives you joy in your life. What is something that when you wake up, you're so thankful that you have?
My babies, Hold on. I don't know if y'all can see this. So this is Z baby right here. She 18 now. These are kind of older photos. I
Mhm.
got to update my photos, but you know what I'm saying. This is Bug right here. Of course, these are like nicknames and all of this stuff,
Uh-huh.
whatever. You know, um, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying this is you know what I'm saying, Ari. and you know what I'm saying. This
Mm-hmm.
is Nova Red. So I mean, these are the things that give me joy. These are the things that we talk about joy, and really it's about legacy. You see what I'm saying? I mean, we
Yeah.
can go to the gym, we can wash our car, we can go to Vegas, we can go to strip club, we can do all these things, but at the end of the day, it's really about your legacy. What have you done to promote that family oriented, that outlet, that thing that's going to be repetitive once you're gone? Is there going to be someone that's going to regurgitate you as a good person, you as a good father, a good mother, a good adult, that you mattered, that you meant something? And I think a lot of times that we work so hard on uh, social media presence that we don't work on our individual presence with the people that we love the most. So the things that give me joy is the people that I
Right.
am trying to make sure that my legacy is the most grounded with. So that's the things that give me joy. The things that my children.
And that's funny that you say that, because I think of the R. Kelly case, where he had three counts of producing child pornography, three counts
Mhm,
of enticing a minor, and engaged in sexual activity. Hey, Keita, and I think about that and what he was convicted of in September. How does that
mhm.
make you feel with you having four daughters? How does that make you feel?
Okay. Um, this thing about to get spicy. I don't know why you like. I'm about to piss somebody off. Why you do this to me? Why you do this to me, huh?
I'm gonna go ahead and cam up now. Okay,
Huh? Huh? You
go
looking
ahead.
good. You should came up. Okay, here we go. Listen.
Thank you.
So I feel like this. The R. Kelly situation is unfortunate because it's
Mhm.
two parts to this. It's the artist and it's the man. R. Kelly as an artist is a genius. Ladies and
Exactly.
gentlemen, the man is a genius. Like I was listening to some stuff that I say he was sung about braiding my hair. He didn't went to church. He didn't. I believe I can fly. Like he's a genius. So let's go to the man.
Yeah.
The issue is that when you're raised in an environment that accepts certain behavior, just because you get money, don't mean it changes the behavior of the person. Art Kelly is your uncle. Art
Hmm.
Kelly is your auntie. Art Kelly is all of these people that we've grown up in the hood, like, oh, what's up?
Hmm.
Used to come to the high school, pick up chicks that was freshmen and sophomores. His
Exactly.
behavior didn't change because guess what? He grew up in that type of environment. So it's almost like, do we excuse that? Well, here's the thing. I hold R. Kelly responsible, but I also hold the people that helped him and were accomplices to
Hmm.
his situation. But I also hold the parents responsible. Ladies and gentlemen, she asked a very great question. How do you feel about that? You got daughters, dude. He out here doing it. Da, da, da. Well, here's the thing, which is we talked about legacy. Well, legacy is also a part of a conversation. It's about time with your kids. It's about showing them, like, hey, listen, don't grow up too fast, baby girl.
Yeah.
These are things that's out here. I understand this looks good, sounds good. It's a little glit and glamour. You know what I'm saying? But that's when you hug them at home. You love
Hmm.
them at home. You teach them at home. You show them, hey, listen, I know that me and your mom, hey, we may not be together, but we are definitely a team for you. We are definitely going to love you and we're definitely going to support you. So that way you don't have to run to a celebrity and he wink his eye and you gone. She wink her eye, she twerk and you gone. I think the fact of the matter is
Hmm.
it's about instilling the common sense in your child for them to make the right decisions. You probably won't stop them from having sex, ladies and gentlemen. I know this is a news flash. You probably won't stop them from trying cigarettes and smoking. The fact of the matter is, it's like, well, you can get kind of dirty, bro. I'm
Yeah.
not going to smoke after you.
Mhm.
You is always wilding after you take that drink. Whatever in that cup, I don't need to be drinking. I ain't gonna have no sex with you because I know you were scratching earlier. So you
Uh-huh.
gotta have somebody, to have common sense and make the right
Right.
decision. So that's where I'm at with that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I think about it too. I said, even though I hold him totally, in some ways, I owe him totally responsible.
Mhm.
But I'm thinking, especially for the younger women, what were the parents doing? The parents are supposed to protect the children, right? They're supposed to
Mhm.
protect your children. So why would, just because this is a celebrity, why would you allow your child to get entangled with that? You get what I'm saying? So I believe the parents also have a part to play in that as well. I really
You know
do.
why it's
And
so
that's why,
easy? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, that's why I was just like asking you, because you do have 4 daughters. And I know you seem like you would be very protective of your girls.
Oh
So
yeah.
I just didn't
Oh yeah.
understand, why did her parents do the exact same thing? I don't understand that.
I, I'm fortunate enough to have w- they say kids don't get a chance to choose their parents. I'm fortunate enough
Yeah.
to not have the pound town baby mama. You know what I mean?
Right. It's a
It's
blessing.
don't get me. Hey, listen, I'm like, hey, oh, pound town, oh shit, like right. But I don't want you going to the daycare with me. I don't want you to go to church, the church, whatever, with me. I don't want you going to the business meeting
Right.
with me. If we at the party, cool, pound town, every day, all day, hashtag, right? But I don't want you to like, right? After 12, pound town. But when it's daylight,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. Olivia Pope. Give me Olivia Pope. So I'm saying, um,
Right, right, right.
depending on what type of situation you're growing up with is what's acceptable. You got to understand if these are single parent households and the father's not around anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like I'm going to, hey, my daughter is going to get with R. Kelly. You know, she gonna use what she got to get what
Mhm.
she want, and that's going to position me. And this is no shout out to women. Salute to all the women out there and the single parents out there. But again, us as fathers, if we're not around to show our daughter love, again, this is an older guy, bruh. You know what that is? That's attention from the dad. That's attention they never get, so they don't know how to react. And the thing about it, if the older guy is saying, "Lay down, spread your legs, open your mouth, do this, do that, do this," it's like, well, maybe this is what I'm supposed to do because I've never had that attention before. We have to stick,
Mhm.
fathers. We have to try to stay connected to the home. And if we can't, try to be patient enough. So as soon as we can get in there, orchestrate our love and our support and our commitment to the extent where people understand, like, or our children understand that calm down. You don't have to be that wild. You don't
Right.
have to live your life at one night in one moment. You don't have to give yourself to whoever it is that's saying you're beautiful and you're this and you're that. We got to do better
Mhm.
as men to groom men. And I think that I've had a lot of conversations with men on YouTube, and really to me
Mhm.
that's always been my focus. Like, are we really grooming men to be men, or are we grooming men to hate each other, hate on women, and take shots at one another? And I just see a lot, you know what I'm saying, which is kind of why I've been in my hiatus and kind of focusing on, the things that I feel are more important.
Yeah. And tough love, how I knew about you was
Oh
the
shit.
Kwame Brown situation.
Oh,
That's how, listen, that is
let me
how
just read
I
a book.
found out about you.
Read a
I
book.
had, listen, look, I had no idea who you were until that
Hmm.
situation happened, because at that time, that's when everybody was jumping on Kwame Brown's bandwagon. He had a very big following. He still does, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
where
I
I
think so.
found out about you.
Mhm.
And it was really funny, because I always remember the saying that I always would say, my thought process
That's
is,
so
and
right.
every time you would say that, I
Yeah,
fell out laughing. I don't know why they
yeah.
were so funny to me. So every
Hey,
time I see you, that's what I think of. I automatically
yeah.
think of that.
Hey,
So
so my
yeah,
sister was
and
like,
I was
nigga,
thinking,
my siblings always clown me like, bruh, listen, I saw that interview and well, it wasn't an interview really wasn't, but I'll go into details about it. But um I'm sitting here. I'm sitting. I actually had it on my laptop, so I couldn't really. I could see the comments. And at first, when we first started the conversation, I guess he had made a mention of something in his live. He was like, "Oh, tell Tough Love, pull up." Da, da, da. And I was doing a live too, and I wasn't going to just stop my live to run over to his live. But I said, you know what? The people that subscribe to me, they want to see this conversation. I said, okay, cool. I'll pull up after this. So I pull up. And at first we were reading the comments, like Kwame was reading the comments or whatever. I said, okay, cool. They seem pretty reasonable, whatever. So then the comments, I think people were like donating money to say like disrespectful shit. So I'm reading the comments and I'm like, So it was almost like, so how do you feel about that, Tough Love? And I was like, shit, let me get my thought process together. So I was like, my thought process is my thought process, like, because I'm trying to like, is this dude doing this on shit on purpose or what? Because I'm not accustomed to grown, like I'm not accustomed to if we gonna have a conversation, let's have a conversation. And I felt like you know, I was like, oh, is the guy messing with me? So as he's talking and explaining whatever he's explaining, I'm reading these comments, and of course the comments are not faithful to me because of course I'm there. And it wasn't as a combatant. I don't ever feel like I was a combatant towards anybody. I feel like I always gave a respectful perspective. And I stand by that. I stand by saying your content is your character. And I think a lot of people across the board, they understand where I'm coming from. They understand the whole Tough Love thing. The issue is that, you know, a lot of times is that you go with the populace, and sometimes the populace just doesn't it doesn't benefit anybody that don't go, you know, the go along, get along. It doesn't go, you know, if it don't go along with it, then we need to push it out. But what I've been noticing when I get an opportunity to see certain things, a lot of people have now been saying the same thing that Tough Love has said in their own form and fashion or whatever case may be. But salute to Kwame Brown, man. I think another conversation would be great without the whole, you know, the other stuff, you know, my thought process, goddamn.
The theatrics. So yeah, because I was one of those people in the audience laughing, you know, and when you kept saying my thought process. So I was one of those people that kept laughing about that.
No doubt.
And so making jokes about it. That was
no
hilarious
doubt.
to me. But that's how I got to know you, and y'all kind of had a little back and forth for a little bit because you know, he was kind of saying stuff, and then you would come back, and it was just like going. And he was, what did he say? He said, "With your little short ass," and I was just laughing. But you know, like I said, it was all in good fun, you know. But now that I kind of having the chance to get to know you through your sister, it is very refreshing because you have stayed on your message, even though you haven't been on YouTube. You still have that same kind of that, not ideal, but that persona, and not so much of persona. I would say you still have that same message that, you know, let's do better as people, let's do better as individuals, and I can still see that in you. But before, it was just funny. Like, I'm sorry, it was funny. That thought process. I like, but
I like the
so that's
you know, it's funny to me because I like the listen, I can't see the comments. I'll look at the comments later. But listen, I like
they're good.
I like content creators. I like anybody that will sit down and is brave enough to go in front of a camera or, you know, click, you know, just have a voice and start speaking on a topic. My thought process, right, is that what are we saying, and is it going to make a difference? Like if I get on here and I bash you as a woman, when I click off, do I now go stand in front of my daughters and be like, you know, you will be proud of what I just did the last 30 minutes or 30 days? or if my colleagues see that, or if my significant others see that, or if my family members see that. And I always tell people, like, do
Mhm.
what it is that you feel like you can handle. You know what I'm saying? For 3 views and
Right.
$50, people will destroy your whole life for 3 views and
Uh-huh.
$50. So at one point in time, like, do we get to, like, we should be talking about some things
Yeah.
to me that's
It's
going to shake some
unfortunate.
things up and really just showcase who we are in real life. In real life, are you happy? In real life, are you confident? In real life, are you successful? And if you are, I'm going to be honest with you, the people that surround me, we don't spend all day hating on people. We don't, like, oh, let me expose you. Like, what the fuck we are, our credit score is straight. We own our homes, we own our car. Like, we don't go around doing that. So when I come to
Right.
social media and that's the narrative, it almost has me
Hmm.
wondering, like, are you as successful as you proclaim? Are you as happy as you proclaim? Are you the person that you proclaim to be? And I just feel like a lot of people are
No,
unhappy in real life. They're unhappy in real life. If you were happy,
in real life, in real life,
in real life,
because
you would definitely display that. It's not a
you
character.
wouldn't
It's
be
not a
focusing.
right.
Yeah, you wouldn't be focusing. Exactly. You wouldn't be focusing on other people and what they got going on. You would be worried about you and how you can make yourself better and the people around you. But we have so many people on this app that are so busy pointing a finger at other people that they are not even looking at themselves first.
Well, sometimes
You know,
sometimes the
that's
the
what's going
the the
on.
the finger pointing is really they're pointing at themselves. So it's the
Hmm.
you ain't got this. Well, what they saying is I don't got this, right? You ain't accomplished this.
Exactly.
What they're saying is I ain't accomplished this. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I have
Exactly.
had thousands of soldiers. Anybody that know me through my 20 years of military or whatever, I've led thousands of soldiers. They say in the military, the names change, but the attitude remains the same. So I've been in a situation where I've
Hmm.
seen these certain type of attitudes, these certain type of perspectives, you know, and it's like it's almost like, oh, I know how to handle this. I know how to deal with that. I know how to do it. And I can honestly tell you, especially when I was active on social media and doing videos or whatever case may be, um, sometimes it would become frustrating because I had
Hmm.
fellow veterans when I start talking about leadership and accountability and it was like, I'm a veteran and I'm ashamed of tough love. And I'm not, I was like, what? What are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? But
Right.
again, these are the same
Like,
people
what
that turned around and
the
was like, again, after a while, was like,
hell?
oh, well, I'm standing on my square now and I'm saying X, Y, and Z. And it's just like, it's so much. And that's why
Right.
I was trying to tell Kwame, and hopefully I got my message. And maybe this will get to him, but you don't realize how much
Uh-huh.
power you have. You see what I'm saying? Like you don't realize how much
Right.
influence you
Uh-huh.
have until you get someone like a tough love to be like, bro, you got a lot of influence to the point where people that are a part of the military that's only did
Mhm.
1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. I'm going somewhere with this. 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, 11 years. Will go against a 20-year veteran. They know all about marching and cadence calling and Iraq and okay. I'm gonna go against the veteran that I know that is proven to side with you because you're a celebrity.
Mhm.
That is
Hey,
this is how this
it's about
this is
who
how
you like,
impactful
right?
this is how impactful that is. We say, why are our kids following
Mhm.
Boosie Badass? Why are our kids following Kevin Gates and Nicki Minaj and Cardi B? This is why the adults do it. And this is no shade to no
Yep.
celebrities. What I'm saying is, if the adults do it, of course the kids are going to
Exactly.
do it. If you're starstruck on YouTube, of course you're going to be starstruck in real
Mhm.
life. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
just feel like we never really got to the real
Exactly.
conversations um, because a lot of people were starstruck. And then once they got over their they're starstruck, then it's like, oh, we're back to reality. But I'm gonna be honest with you, like I came to YouTube once I got serious about YouTube, um as me. I will return when I return as me. My content that remains on YouTube as of now is me. I'm proud of my content. If my daughters pull up, hey, daddy on YouTube, da 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 da, I'm proud of the content that they see. So again, your content is your character. It's a lot of people that don't want their kids to see nothing that they got going on YouTube because they will be ashamed. They will be like, oh hell, calm down, pause, time out, turn off the cable, turn off the Wi-Fi.
Yes, yes, yes. Let me ask you this question. What
Yes, ma'am.
was the
Yes, ma'am.
story, and hopefully I won't butcher his name, Tommy Sotomayor? What was that?
Big
Did you used
T.
to follow him at one point? So what happened with that?
Um, I I was following Tommy Sotomayor. I was starting on Facebook
Uh-huh.
and doing my little KTU, keeping things uncomplicated. And I was like, man, I really want to
Uh-huh.
just kind of talk to people, help people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And someone came in my chat and was like, hey, have you ever
Uh-huh.
heard of um, Tommy Sotomayor? And I was like, what the fuck is a Tommy? Let it out.
Uh-huh.
So I said, my email is in there. Send me the link. So they sent me the link or whatever, and I was checking
Mhm.
out the link or whatever. And what's crazy is the video that they sent me was when Tommy was talking about black people should be rounded up like Hitler did the Jews type thing. I was like, oh, this dude like a black Hitler type shit,
Wow.
bro. So I made that
Uh-huh.
comment. I made this comment, and another YouTuber who was beefing with Tommy Sotomayor connected with me and asked me to come on their YouTube channel, or whatever. Now I didn't know like the history, like them being back in, like I didn't know the YouTube politics per se. So I went on there and I was kind of like, basically stating my opinion off of the video that was sent to me or whatever case may be. Now again, we kind of already talked about, me and Tommy has already kind of talked about this or whatever. But
Mhm.
I definitely feel like I was kind of like a pawn in like a bigger game or whatever case may be. And I definitely Tommy said some things to me or whatever case may be that I thought was pretty I think between all the people that I've kind of talked to, like everybody has like a good sense of core values, and I think Tommy has a good sense of core values that he holds on to. Same thing with Kwame. Like it's just a lot of men that do. But the fact of the matter is, I feel like I came in at a time where, had I known firsthand, like I was kind of a part of this game, then I probably would have shied away from doing that conversation or whatever. But now that I kind of know about YouTube politics or whatever, I'm kind of more cautious about what I say. Like, why are you asking me X, Y, and Z? Why do you want to hear this, and how does it benefit you? But since I've already kind of talked about it or whatever case be, I feel like Tommy does a great job, or I don't know what he does now, but he did a great job at being like Charleston White to me had to take
Mhm.
his his uh his actions from Tommy. Tommy to me, based on the videos that I saw, damn sure was like a great shock jock. Like he did things to make you tune in, and then once you tune in, all right, let's have a real conversation, which was good.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter
One
is
thing I
that
did. Oh,
go ahead.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
No, I was just gonna say the one thing that I did agree with him on was the BT 1000 because I see it in our
Yeah,
community a
that
lot,
Pound Town shit.
and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
just in our community; it's in a lot of other communities.
Mm-hmm.
We just got some irate, not only men but irate women. They just
Mm-hmm.
unreasonable, and they are just like the Terminator. So yeah, I do agree with him on that.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah, yeah.
said, you can chew the meat and was it spit out the fat kind of thing with certain people, and he's kind of one of those people. Some things you can take from him because I mean, you can learn anything from anybody, really, whether you like them or not. You can learn how to be or how not to be. I always say you can learn a little bit from the devil too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's always, and I'm not calling him a devil. I'm just saying there's always something you can get from someone that is of value.
Yeah, I think that
So
there is a
yeah,
message there. Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
mhm. Let me ask you this question. What was it? And this is and if you don't have to answer it, but did he get a Tommy Sotomayor? Did he get a picture from you or something that you were showing somebody else and he got a got wind of the picture that you took? Was that not you or was that someone else?
When you say a picture of what?
I think I don't know, it was like a picture where you were maybe showing your muscles or something. Were you giving that to someone else, a female, and they sent it to him? How did that not
I
happen?
think I think Tommy. So here's the great thing about big YouTubers. Big YouTubers, like,
Mhm.
I guess when they make somebody a spotlight or whatever case may be. People want to say, okay,
Mhm.
let me chime in or whatever case may be. And I think at that particular time, there was a situation with me and a particular female where she was like, okay, well, this is my 5 minutes of fame. You know what I mean? So let me send you what I
Right.
have, on this guy, whatever case may be. Which, to be honest with you, it actually was like in my favor. But you know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, like I said, we kind of talked since then. Salute to Tommy.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like um, we kind of did an interview. Well, we did an interview, but he dropped some jewels there, and I don't think he understands how rational um, he promoted that. And he said, like, I want you to understand that you um, I've never heard you come on here and say anything derogatory about black females. I've never heard you come on and say anything, like really degrading about baby mamas and da 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 da. Da. But you see what people will go around and do to you. And it was almost like, this is why I exist. And for me, it was like I had to kind of
Mhm.
sit back in my other office and kind of sit back and be like, that makes sense. Because here's the thing, there's a lot of
Uh,
people who feel like that. There's a lot of men who feel like that. Was like, well, hey, suppose somebody do some bullshit to me. I want somebody to speak out, especially if you're not strong enough. Because I always just talk about empowerment and all this other stuff or whatever. But you got to understand that when you got a Tommy Sotomayor, you got a Kwame Brown, and this and that and da, 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 da. And that's why I said I like content creators, because these men and women, they actually speak out for people who are not brave enough to get on camera, who are not brave enough to say, hey, this is how I feel. So when you got people, you got to understand, people are taking
mhm.
shots for you. Tommy Sotomayor is taking shots
Mhm.
that the average man is scared to take shots. When they talk about the BT 1000 and all that good stuff or whatever, you got to understand, there's a lot of, I mean, they didn't name it like that, but there's a lot of people who feel like that. There's a lot of men.
Mhm.
There's a lot of women who feel like that. So I gotta give them props. I mean,
Mhm.
you're a pioneer in your own lane, and there's a lot of content creators. They're pioneers in their own lane, or whatever case may be. So that's where I stand with that.
CC, I'm gonna ask you this question since you were my guest. What is a BT 1000?
Oh, me.
That's
Um.
what CC wants to know.
So here's the thing.
I'm
Here's the thing.
asking
I think us as black men, we like to see um sexuality on display. We like it. We like to see the hips, the
you.
breasts. We like to see all of that or whatever. I think it's about
Right.
when and where it's displayed. Like, is there a classiness to it? Like, can I take you to a fine dining restaurant? You know what I mean? It's probably like $200-300 a plate, but it's like before we even get to the goddamn, whatever, to the main, whatever, you already twerking. It's like, hold on, this ain't the place to be doing it. Like, so it's having having an
Crazy.
understanding of where you are.
Talk
I think we like
loud.
to sit back and see the videos, like, oh, okay, all right, Instagram, okay. But the thing about it is like, I'm gonna be honest with
Yeah.
you. Those people that get married, it's always gonna be what's better immediately. Like, you're gonna take them to a pool party and they're gonna be on your friend, or they're gonna be on like it's always, let me find something better, and I think maybe a lot of people like that too, or whatever. But when you live in that type of world, it's always like, what's better? Like, my head is always on the swivel for what's better. You pulled up in this car that costs 100,000. He pulled up in a car that costs 200,000. You know what I'm saying? It's to me, it's not a lot of loyalty there. It's not a lot of genuineness there. It's a lot of opportunists, there. And I feel like, when Tommy says BT, 1000s or whatever he says, I feel like he points out at the fact that, are you looking for somebody with
Right.
value, or are you looking for somebody that's for the streets? That's really what it boils down to. But again, I think he leaves it up to you, for you to make the
Right.
choice. But he's just identifying, hey, this shit is out there. This shit is real.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
can't see no comments. So if they
Yep.
talking, you gotta
And
let me know.
basically, yeah, I will. Basically, I see a BT 1000 as a woman with basically a ratchet behavior. She's loud. She's disrespectful to everybody. She doesn't have any. She doesn't know her value. She is just a loud person, just disrespectful. I mean, we see it every day. We see it on YouTube. We see it off of YouTube. I mean, some women are just irate. They sometimes they can be called Karens, sometimes they can be called BT 1000s,
Mhm.
they can be called a lot of names, but the fact of the matter is they just have bad behavior, basically. So that's what a BT 1000, to answer her question. When you said that you led like 1,000 of soldiers, what do you mean by that? Like, what was your position in the army where you actually had to
Um,
lead people?
I would say anybody that's familiar with the military, they're squad leaders, they're platoon sergeants, they're first sergeants, and me, I went all the way to the rank of a chief warrant officer too. Chief warrant officer twos are specialty officers. Specialty
Uh-huh.
officers are in charge of brigades. So you're looking at anywhere from 3,500 to
Mm-hmm.
6,500 people. So when I say I've led, influenced, been around, directly engaged with, um, over 1,000 soldiers. I mean, whether it's Iraq, Afghanistan, here, in the States. I mean, I've definitely seen my fair share of people and attitudes.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever, when you were,
No, I haven't.
in
No,
that foreign
no, no,
country,
I haven't.
did you ever you never,
I'm playing.
you didn't even
I'm
let me
playing.
finish.
It's like a
But
delay. I
did
was
you
waiting for you to
have,
get it. I was waiting.
you
Okay.
give me a hard time.
Good, good. I was waiting. Good.
You try to get me, okay. Um, you gonna make my cheeks go all the way up here.
I see them cheeks.
But
I see them cheeks.
when you did go to the foreign countries, when you did go to those foreign countries, did you ever have the fear of not coming back? Like, I would think you would have that fear, of course, but I just want to
Mm,
know your opinion.
yeah. Um, it's so funny because I've always had the opportunity of going down range, and I was always kind of sort of in a leadership position. And I've went down there, and it's some soldiers who that I knew personally, that didn't come back. So, that's always a near and dear and touchy, subject for me. But in reference to fear of not coming home, like is that Pop Smoke? I feel invincible. Like I never felt like anything was gonna happen to me. You know what I mean? I never feel like that. When I go,
Really?
I never feel like nothing's gonna happen to me. Um, because I know it's a lot of people that don't think like me. You know what I mean? So, but it's when you have soldiers from suburbs and soldiers who ain't never really been around black people, and soldiers that, just now learning, English, and, soldiers that's gang members. Like, you got all of these people, we become a family. We become we bleed green and type shit. So it's like, hey, look, we gonna get back home. We lock in arms and shit. You know what I mean? Whether it's a patrol, whether it's helicopters, whatever it is. And I never personally was scared that I wasn't gonna make it home. And I
Where
don't
did
think
that
I was.
come from? Where did that come from though, Tough Love? Like, is that was it because you had faith? What? How
I
did you
don't
not
think it
have
was.
that fear?
I don't. I. I don't know if I want to say faith. I want to say like my confidence level is crazy. It's crazy. So you're not about to tell me anything that I don't know about myself. Like you can't stand on social media. You can't stand in front of me.
Hmm.
You can't post a comment. Like my sister even doing what she did. I'm like, why are we even addressing this person? Like what are we doing? Like, but again, even though we same DNA, and I love my sister to death. I love my siblings to death, and we can sit on and go on and on about what we've done as siblings. But the fact of the matter is, like, um, I don't get rattled very easily because I've seen so much. So you got to understand, by me seeing so much, going into a place where a lot of people ain't seen a lot. Well, people are looking at you to lead them out of there. People are looking at you to motivate them and empower them and say, look, all right, look, I know this should look crazy. I know, but this is what we need to do. Unfortunately, everybody wasn't fortunate enough to make it back home. It's people that were, over me that didn't make it back home. But um,
Right.
I, I don't know. It's just something in me. I think it's just something in me that's like turned on. It's like when you open that door. It's almost like when you open Pandora's box. It's something that's open in me that's like, yo, bro,
Yeah.
last thing we about to do is worry about fear right now. We got to get this shit done and knocked out the way. So that's where it was.
Do you think it has something to do with your upbringing that you were able to kind of feel that way? Like, not, well, invincible.
I don't. So I pride myself on living life to the fullest. I pride myself on telling the people that I love them. I pride myself on anybody that I have a disagreement with to have a reckoning with. We may not agree, but at least have a reckoning, at least have a understanding. I pride myself on putting my best foot forward. I pride myself on when I present myself at who I am and what it is that I stand for, which is the reason why I say your content is your character. Your video that you put out may be your last video that you ever put out. So suppose somebody stumbles across your video and be like, man, I heard Tough Love passed away last week. Let me run and see what he was talking about on his page. The last thing that I want to do for anybody is to find me degrading black women, degrading black men, degrading human beings, or degrading myself or family. So, like, I live purposely every day, if that makes sense. Cheeks, come on, Cheeks. Talk to me, Cheeks. Cheeks,
I'm sorry,
come
I'm
on,
reading the
Cheeks.
comments. Thank you guys so much, and thank you for the cash apps. I really appreciate it.
Well, you
Thank
got to
you.
salute to the cash apps. Take a
These
minute
guys
and salute to the cash apps.
Yes, I really appreciate you guys. Salute to those people that were nice and kind enough to bless me today. I really appreciate
Give
it.
me one
I
second.
appreciate the love that I'm receiving in the chat. Okay. I appreciate the love that I'm receiving in the chat. And thank you, Nark. It is and Meek, this is a really good interview. I found out that I'm using my nosiness for a benefit, if that makes sense. Like I always, as a child, I always was really, hey Swift, how are you? I always was really nosy, and I would ask questions, and I would interview older people in my family, asking about family history. And I realized, I said, you know what? I could really use my nosiness for something good, right? And not just being in people's business, but I can actually use it for good to find out. I think with me, some people are really interesting to me. They really are. And when something inside of you, if you're interested by something or someone, you can really get into the interview. See, if it's somebody that's kind of boring or they just basic, it's not going to go well. But I'm the kind of person, if I really gel with a person, it's just like the interview is just organic. I don't have to really stumble over asking questions because it just comes natural. Yeah, so
Duh,
your nosiness
duh,
could actually be used in a positive way. It can be used
duh.
as part of your gifting, you know.
I,
But back to you, Tough Love. You know me, honey. I always gotta explain something, and I use my fingers and hands a lot when I'm talking. But yeah, thank you, Swift, for coming by. But yeah, so I really, I'm really enjoying this interview, Tough Love, and you just making me love you even more. Like I said,
appreciate it.
at first I was kind of like, oh, I want to do this next week. I got a lot going on. I want to do this interview next week. But I'm glad that you kind of pushed me a little bit to be like, yeah, it seemed like you want to do it now. I'm like, oh, I can't. I was like, no, but I'm so glad that I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is really, this is a good going back and forth. Like it's really organic. So I'm enjoying it. Uh, Gary's okay. Inquisitive, not know. Yes, inquisitive. I am more inquisitive than maybe nosy, but I am nosy too.
Salute to the
Thank
chat.
you.
Salute to the
Thank you,
chat. I
guys.
see y'all. Yeah, I see that. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
And can I call you watermelon head? I got a watermelon head too. So can I call you watermelon head?
No, hell no, you can't call me.
So Miss Coco said, "Yeah, love Big Brother." Hey,
Hell
talking about
no.
AKA watermelon.
Nah. But look, let me dismay
Hey,
some
okay,
things
tough
real
love.
quick
So I
though.
can't call him watermelon head.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me unless I'm coming to Dallas. If I'm coming to
Okay.
Dallas, you about to take me around in Dallas. But I know a couple of people in Dallas, so it is what it is. But let me dismay some
Yes.
things. I think people I think they get confused the word positive. Positive don't mean you perfect. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that I'm still working on. There's a lot of things that
Right.
I feel like that are not so positive. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's all about what
Mhm.
you try to do and what your intentions are and what your actions display. There again, I say again, there are a lot of great content creators who got, you know what I'm saying? It's not just about being nosy, it's an eye for certain details. It's putting things together. It's laying out the stories and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm really excited for content creators. I'm really excited for people who say, I want to take my time to do certain things. But I'm telling you guys that if we as content creators decide that we want to move mountains, we want to have conversations that not only matter to us, but matter to like our communities, that matter to our children, that matter to, our coworkers and family members in the world, it will change the narrative. It will sway it because you got to understand if you take 10 content creators right now that you know is all about whatever they about, and you put them all together, it's like, what do you get from that? Do you learn about your personal finances? Do you learn about self-care, mental health, how to be a co-parent, a better parent, self-love, love languages? It's just like, I listen to you all day, and what the fuck what do I get? I listen to you
Yeah.
8 hours, and I'm drained. Like, I'm like, shit,
Right.
I need a drink. Like, I listen to you. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
like I tune in, and it's like, what do I get? Do you make me want to tell the next person, good
Right.
morning, how you doing? How is your life going? Oh, you just got a new job,
Exactly.
you got a promotion, etc. Oh, you had a new baby. Oh, you jumped back into the dating game. Like, what you do
Mm-hmm.
makes me hate on the next person. What you give me makes me want to subtract from the next person. And this is what I try to do in my own way as tough love. As a person, like, I see myself like everybody else. The thing about it is when you take life serious, people don't take themselves serious enough. They think that people are only going to listen to me if I'm downgrading someone else, if I'm exposing someone else. And I'm telling you right now, if a Tommy Sotomayor, a Kwame Brown, a Mr. Skinny, and a Gravity take, like, if these guys decide, like, bro, like, I'm going to take the next 30 days, I'm going to talk about fatherhood, self love, mental health, co parenting, credit. Like, do you realize the impact of that? You realize how shit? Don't look at me like that, woman. I'm over here.
What
Do
I
you realize like, listen, I want everybody in the chat room. I know this is a different type of energy. I know y'all ain't used to this shit. Do you realize the impact of that? Can you
No.
imagine if these
Hey,
men
John.
said, I'm gonna talk to the other men right now, and this is what we're gonna talk about.
Oh,
We ain't beefing, and I don't give a fuck if it's just working on your stroke game. Hey, fellas, this what you gotta do. You gotta do your thing.
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's I hate to say empowerment, but it's enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when we make it
Mm-hmm.
to a certain level, I think a lot of times people don't know they've made it to a certain level. They have transitioned. You've ascended, and I think that's where I'll come back in. Like, there's a lane for tough love. Like, I went on Armando, salute to Armando Black. I went on Armando's Black panel, and he said, "You know what, tough love? You were the first person that opened up the
Mm-hmm.
positivity lane." I don't think I'm the first person, but salute to him for saying that. But the fact of the matter is, there's a lane for growth. There's a lane for love. There's a lane for togetherness. There's a lane for empowerment. And it's funny that nobody's taken the ball and ran with it. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
don't know.
see,
I'm just
that's
here.
kind of what my channel, yeah, well, that's kind of what I kind of wanted my channel to be, because I am different, and I'm not talking about a lot of the same things that some other people are talking about. And sometimes it can be discouraging because with, when you have small numbers, you're wondering if people are
Hmm.
actually listening, are they tuning in? And it can
Hmm.
sometimes be a little bit disheartening, because I'm not about going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of one of them people. I don't like doing talking. I don't do talking. So
Yeah.
when I have to deal with something like that, it irritates me. You know what I'm saying? Automatically. I'm a person that does want to empower. I do want to be a person where people can actually get valid information from me. I want to talk about a lot of different things. I always, the other day, I was talking about how the music industry is has a lot of satanic influences, and then I
Hmm.
explained and I went through video on that. And I do want to get people, if they're not exposed, I want to get them exposed to different things. But some, some of us, our people, and I'm talking about, colored people, as my grandmother would say, we are so wanting the drama. We're wanting the back and forth. We wanting to hear who's saying what about that other person. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to do something different, totally different from what I have been seeing. But I thank you for coming on to your platform and doing you and spreading your message, because that gave people like me to have an idea. Hey, I don't have to create drama to be seen or heard. You know what I'm saying? And if people, don't gravitate me because I'm not for the drama, they're just not going to gravitate me. But I have to be
Yeah.
true to who I am. And that's kind of what I'm getting from you. I wanted to know, why did you take a hiatus from your channel?
Because I was smoking crack. I'm just-
What the what? Look here,
Hey,
you doing
look.
too much.
It's a
What we
delay in this
doing?
motherfucker.
Like,
I don't know if it's a delay on your part or my part, but the shit is hilarious to me. I'm just saying. But look,
it's on your part. It's not on
it's on my
mine.
part. Don't talk about my Wi-Fi on this public
Yeah,
platform. You doing something else. Hey, sis, you see what she
yeah.
doing? You see what she doing,
You got
sis?
that
Get
hood
up.
Wi-Fi, huh?
Hey, that's what we doing. I look like I'm in the hood.
Oh,
Huh? But yeah. So
yeah. You got that hood. You got that hood
okay,
Wi-Fi.
that's what it is. You're right. You're right. So the reason why I took a hiatus was again um I started back school uh and I was just kind of prioritizing some things or whatever. I was getting ready to move, just a lot of stuff or whatever case may be. And I just said, that YouTube to me uh it wasn't in my top five in reference to priorities, in reference to business ventures, traveling, doing certain things or whatever. So it didn't weigh out in my top five or whatever. And then I felt like at that particular time, um, it was a great time to reset. So it's been about a year now. About a July. So it makes about a year since I've actually posted on a regular in reference to YouTube or whatever. I've gotten email. Salute to everybody that's been sending me emails. Um, I've gotten emails saying, "Hey, when you gonna return?" and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've gotten a chance to see certain content creators and salute to them that wanted me to come on and do interviews or whatever. And I'm open to have a conversation with whoever. But the biggest thing was just about resetting. I think it's great to step away from social media from time to time and just to reset and make sure that you don't venture off. And I feel like um, a few of those videos kind of not derailed me, but made me kind of venture off into a situation where it's kind of like it's really now I'm good. Oh my god, like I'm a savage. Like I get you think my sister correct? Like I get it in, but the fact of the matter is, it's like I don't feel like people are tuning in to see me do that. Like I honestly feel like there is somebody sitting somewhere that is tapping into something else. This may be the video that
Yeah.
orchestrates change in their life, change in their marriage, change with their children, change with their career. So it's like I don't want to be like, let me beef with you. Like we don't know each other in real life. Like we like just like you wouldn't let somebody stand in front of you and disrespect you, I'm damn sure not gonna let nobody stand in front of me and disrespect me. So it's like I'm not about to go back and forth with you on a video
Right.
and do that. So to each their own. I just feel like um I offer what I know, and what I know is effective. And I think that there's a lot of men, regardless, and women that see what it is, and regardless if they support it or not. and you said something about, you know, the like the viewership or whatever. I always say that whether it's one person in the chat or 100,000 people or 1 million people in the chat, it don't really matter. Your content is your character, and it's going to reign supreme. I'm telling you right now, I will put my videos against anybody on YouTube that you say is your favorite content creator, and I guarantee it will be a whole lot of validity, a whole lot of wholesomeness, a whole lot of empowerment, a whole lot of common sense, a whole lot of collective thought, a whole lot of moving forward. So, and that's being gone for a year. Yeah, I mean, God forbid if I decide to come back, like that shit gonna be turned up. You see that? Because I see the way your cheeks are sitting, like you ready for that.
If you don't leave my cheeks alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord have mercy, Tough Love. I am done with you. But you know what? Look, I'll mess with you. You must be short, huh? You probably
I am short.
A little short
Shit.
waterhead. All right.
I am. Don't call me no water. I'm about to cancel this interview. This is done.
How tall are you, waterhead?
Don't call me no waterhead, girl. Don't do that. Hey, sis, she bugging.
I just like
she is bugging.
I'm just like this.
She bugging.
Talk about my cheeks, huh? I gotta talk about you being short too. Hey.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I've grown into my shortness. I've collected it. You know. I'm confident about my shortness.
Tough Love.
See, you ask the personal questions and shit. You ask the personal questions and shit. Huh? How tall do I look?
Are you 5? You 5'6"? You probably
5'6"?
5'9".
I ain't 5'9". That's still kind of like. How tall? No. How tall do I look?
5'9".
5'9"? Huh?
Yeah, probably about 5'9".
That's a hard.
Say 5'9".
Okay, we can go with that if you want to. It's your show. I get on my show and I say what I can say. Bless your heart. Yeah.
You better watch out with some gray sweatpants.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Gray sweatpants get you in trouble, boy.
Yeah, you're right. I apologize.
Lord,
I just wanted
have mercy. Look, I'm gonna stop. I'm starting to act up, so I might need to get off. But anyway, I just like to have fun.
No doubt. I
like to have fun. So, where do you see yourself? I would say in the next year. What do you want to do with your channel? What do you want to do with your life?
Those are two like straight like my life and my channel.
Yeah.
I definitely want to get back to actively posting videos. I'm trying to debate if I want to go through doing a live interview or if I want to post pre-recorded, or I'm kind of on the fence about certain things or whatever. And you know, I'm talking to my sister and I'm talking to other people who feel like, hey, you know, what you were already doing was working, but I always feel like you need to reinvent yourself. Like I was joking, reinvent itself. You know what I mean? But I believe in it. I believe in you know, evolving. I believe in changing for betterment. But I'm definitely looking at you know, coming back and doing a Tough Love page and kind of giving people more I feel like they deserve it. You know, I haven't seen anything that's kind of like wowed me to the point, you know, but and in reference to life, man, it's, you know, it's a lot of things I got going on in my life right now. And I feel like I'm in a good position. You know, I'm in a good position. I got I got a great support system. And I just got good people around me that really want to see me, you know, win. You know what I mean? And to me, that's what's important or whatever, you know. And I'm seeing a lot of great things, and I'm invited to the table to a lot of great conversations. So again, in reference to my life, just to make it short and sweet or whatever case may be, I feel like me adding more to my legacy is where I see myself. Just adding more positivity to my legacy. Yeah.
And so, what are you going to get your master's in?
Oh, business. So it's social media strategy, but it's basically business or whatever case may be. I feel like that I could take this like I've heard some people say, I'm a life coach and I'm, and awesome, great. But I feel like my niche is helping people, and I feel like empowering people is definitely something I definitely can do. But of course, there's a monetary value to that
Mhm.
as well. So it's about balancing that out.
Exactly.
So and being able to advertise it and market yourself or whatever. So social media marketing is definitely important. So it's business MBA and social media marketing with a minor in psychology. Because some of you motherfuckers,
Oh, yes, indeed.
some
Yes,
of y'all
indeed.
crazy. No,
Yes, I'm a little
oh, yeah,
crazy, but not that crazy, not that
yeah,
type of
you look like
crazy.
like them cheeks is crazy. Them cheeks is crazy. Big cheeks is crazy. Damn cheeks, bro.
I don't even understand that, but okay.
Cheeks.
Oh Lord. Well, I'm thrilled to have you today. And we have been on here an hour and 30 minutes. So I
Mm.
am really time went by so fast.
No doubt.
Actually.
No doubt.
Um it really did. And one thing I would have you to say, well, ask you before you leave,
Okay.
what would you like to leave with the audience today?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Get you a good drink. What would you like to leave us today?
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I hope that everybody finds their ability to live in their truth. I hope that the time that you spend um, is quantitative to the life that you want to live. I hope that you spend more time living in your character. I'm excited to see your growth, and I understand the value in wanting attention, wanting validation, wanting appreciation, or whatever it case be. But at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself what's worth it and what's not. So I leave you with understanding that we're all going through changes, but make sure that you have a support system around you that's going to cheer for you for the smallest things uh,
Mm-hmm.
that help you understand how you want to move forward and why you want to move forward. So that's what I'll leave you with.
And what last thing would you like to leave me? Would you like to leave
Girl,
me
ain't
any
nobody want to leave you
advice?
nothing. Ain't nobody trying to leave you a goddamn thing.
Cash outs are always welcome.
Bless her heart, all her life she had to
Oh
fight,
Lord.
all her life.
You don't have any value.
I think that what you're doing I haven't seen much of your platform, but I gotta kind of go back and look at some things too. But I feel like you allow the interviewer or interviewee to really express themselves. Like it wasn't a lot of let me cut you off and let me like it's kind of like you kind of let them kind of uh you know speak on whatever it is that they want to speak on. So that's definitely comforting. You have a smile, so you
Mhm.
kind of open up a brightness and a comfort zone
Okay.
where you can kind of tap into certain things or whatever. So it's definitely refreshing, and I appreciate the patience of saying, okay, hey, when is good for you? Okay, da da da. So the patience and the professionalism, and also the brightness is definitely refreshing for me. So I applaud you. I wish you the best.
Yeah.
I definitely hopefully I can pull you onto the Tough Love stage or whatever at some point in time, and just to be a co-host, whatever it is that we're talking about over there. Um, so I look forward to seeing the big
Would
cheeks
love
again.
to do that. And did you subscribe? Yeah, did you subscribe to me?
I think I did. I
Did you
think I did.
subscribe to my channel?
I think I did, but
You
I'll
better
make
make
sure that.
sure.
All
Make
right, all right, yeah,
Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Those who haven't pressed the like button, make sure you do that, guys. I appreciate it. But yeah, make sure you check Tough Love. But I will be very open to coming on your platform whenever you decide to start back going again. I would really love it, to be honest with you.
no
Stop
doubt.
laughing, Selena. I can't. I can't stop laughing because I'm actually happy. This is really a good interview. I enjoy every interview that I've had so far, and um, I just I like getting to know people and why people do what they do. That is really
Mm.
uh, entertaining for me, and it just gives me some type of thrill, to have that. So I thank you, Tough Love, for your time. Even though I wanted to just tear your head off because I'm like, goodness, I'm trying to be patient, but he getting on my nerves. No, I'm just
Huh?
playing.
What? I'm like, what the fuck?
Like,
What?
he's just getting
What?
on
What
my
I
nerves.
do?
You just need
Huh?
to answer. Tell me what date, what time. Let's get this over with.
Oh, word.
But
That's how you
no,
feel.
it's all in
Yeah,
love. But yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But it's all in love. And when I laugh a lot, it's because I'm really happy. I'm having a good time. So
That's
I
good.
want to be me. I want to be me all the time, right? So a part of me is laughing and smiling, unless I'm mad. And then when I'm mad, y'all already know. So, but I love you, Tough Love. I love you, Tough Love, just like I love your sister. Y'all are some good people. Y'all bring good energy, very authentic people, and I love the energy. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Have a good night. Salute to the chat. Y'all be safe. Stay blessed.
Stay blessed. Have a safe trip. Well, guys, you had it. We had Tough Love. He was very entertaining, very insightful, um, and yeah, I'm just happy I did this live. So I hope everybody a great night tonight. I will be going live tomorrow. I will be interviewing Ty Ray. Ty Ray. I said Ty Ray. Ty. But with the crew, sometimes I can't get Ty's name right. I'm gonna be calling him Ty Raya after a while. But anyway, I'll be interviewing him tomorrow. I think at 7:30. But you know me, I might put it to 7:40 just in case. But I'll be interviewing him tomorrow. So I hope you guys come back. Um, and enjoy the interview. Please be blessed tonight. What did Gary say? Yeah, that's right. That's right, Gary. Are you a new subscriber? I've never seen you before. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for the cash apps. Thank you guys for the love that you gave me today. I hope everybody a good night. I love you to Reese's Pieces. Smooches. Thanks again.